Hey, beautiful ladies. It looks like we are live, and I am so excited to be here with you. This is day one of the 6 simple steps to weight loss. And I actually chose this topic because we posted in our Facebook page, actually on our Facebook page, and just asked like what your most pressing symptoms are with hormonal challenges. And the number one response was weight and just being able to lose weight and keep it off. And gosh, I just have to say that like that's the Achilles heel for us women. It just is. It's just this lifelong challenge, releasing weight. So I just want to start by kind of shaking out that yucky tension around it. Woo, let's just shake that out a little bit. All right. Hey, this is Robin, and I'm so excited to be here with you. I am all about empowering you to become the CEO of your own health. And it's because I was not for so many years, in fact, for decades, and it just keeps us stuck. So if we don't take charge of our health, then we stay stuck. So I want to hear from you right now. I am becoming the CEO of my own health. I am becoming the CEO of my own health. Just by you being here, you're making that happen. So congratulations for being here. So awesome. Okay, so we have so much to cover today in this short time. So I'm going to share what I can with you in our time together today. And I'm going to give you some next steps. We have some really exciting things, some really exciting opportunities for you that I'll be sharing along the way today. And first, I want you to say hello. So say hello when you join in. I'd love to hear where you're joining in from. It's always so exciting to me to see women from all over the country, all over the world. It's really mind-blowing that we can all be here together. And I want to encourage you to comment as we go along, like whatever comes up for you. I want to make sure that you know that this is a safe place. This Facebook group is sacred. Whatever we say here stays here. We don't share it with anybody else, okay? This is a completely safe place. So please share. Vulnerability is huge to healing and releasing weight. We have to peel back the layers and be authentic. And in order to do that, we have to be able to share safely, right? There's the whole trust issue. So I just want you to know this is a super safe place. We will hold that space for you as you start to come out and address your issues, what's going on for you, so that we can support you in a more powerful way. Yay! So post as we go along, comment, post your questions. We'll gather them up because on Thursday we're doing Q&A. I want to make sure I get everyone's questions answered. I'm also going to be doing some laser coaching, live laser coaching for 3 beautiful women on Thursday. So if you want to participate, if you want to be one of my laser coaching clients, just put laser coaching in the comment section here. We'll do a raffle because I assume that we'll have more than 3 who want to do laser coaching live with me. I hope so anyway. So we'll put you into a raffle. We'll draw 3 ladies' names, and then you'll hop on live with me right here, and we're going to talk about your hormones, your challenges around weight, and I'll help you to get some clarity on next steps for you. So just post laser coaching right here in the comment section, and we'll put you in that raffle. All right, and then let's see. So you're going to post your questions. You're going to post your ahas as they come up for you. You can, do some clapping hands if it's like, yeah, that's me. All right, I think I got all the administrative stuff covered. So today we're going to bust some myths around weight loss, because it's those myths, it's those common beliefs that we have that are completely keeping us stuck around weight loss. And I am going to try to transition us into saying weight release instead of weight loss, because when we lose something, we tend to want to find it again. And I want to make sure that when you release weight, you actually just let go of it. You send it off on its way, never to be found again. Unless, of course, you're someone who needs to put on a little weight, and then we'll come up with a new term for that. But this is all about releasing weight. So instead of losing weight or weight loss, we're going to say releasing weight, weight release, just so that we can get our mindset in the right place to let go of what's not serving us. Can I get a woot woot? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to release it. Whew, awesome. So I just want to peek in to see who's joined us. I always love who is joining in. So, hey, Cheryl, great to see you. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Tina. Great to see you, ladies. Yay. Hey, Lynn Denise. Let's see here. Who else is here with us? Jay Chris, Dorotya, Lizette, Connie. So great to be here with all you ladies. Yay. Okay, so I don't know if you've noticed, but I got my top braces off last week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can actually start to eat a little bit better. I get my bottom braces off tomorrow before our Facebook Live. So tomorrow I will have no braces. It's just amazing. So I'm going to bring in this concept right now that's called biohacking. And biohacking in a really simple, healthy way is a way that we can learn about our bodies. So biohacking is really learning more about our body, your body, so that you can take care of it in a way that makes it perform better. You know, we think of our bodies sometimes as just this thing that comes along with us. You know, it just, we just expect it to be there for us. We just expect it to come along. We expect it to look pretty darn sexy and amazing. And unfortunately, it takes some care. It not only takes some care, it takes a lot of care. And I had this mindset that my body was just there for me whenever I needed it. And I didn't really like my body. I had so much body shame, so much body shame. Whew, I have to breathe into that for a minute. I had so much body shame. And yeah, I hated my body. Oh my gosh. And I felt so ugly and so fat, and I tried to ignore it. And gosh, it didn't work. Ignoring my body did not help me release weight. It didn't help me get my energy back. It didn't help me feel fabulous like I have wanted to feel. So I just have to say that we have to learn how to biohack our own bodies, and in a healthy way, right? All it means is that we're looking for things that really support us. And I'm going to talk to you all about that tomorrow. All the things, those 6 simple steps that we need to take to really rock our metabolism, to release the weight, to get to a healthy body composition. Yeah, does that resonate with you? Is that an aha or a yaha or a yes ma'am or whatever it is for you? So we have to figure out those little things that we can do to really rock our metabolism, to feel better, and to release the weight that we want to release, and not to find it again. I don't know about you, but I spent decades of my life losing weight. I'm going to use that term for a little bit because that's really how we say it. So I spent decades losing weight and gaining it back, and losing weight and gaining it back. Can you relate? I could gain, I'm a pretty small person. I'm a small person, but I feel like a really big person. I don't know if you can relate to that. I've always felt like a big person, but I'm actually pretty little. So when I'm at my best, I'm 5'4". That doesn't change too much. My height is 5'4", and I'm anywhere between like 120 and 130 pounds on any given day. So I average probably about 125 pounds. And I'm going to share some secrets around that I haven't shared with too many people about how my weight fluctuates. But I could gain 5 pounds in a day, no problem. I had no idea why that happened. And then I would starve myself and I would overexercise because that's all I knew how to do. And it worked. It worked for a couple of days. And then I would go back to my eating habits. I'd go back to the way I was being in the world, and I would gain the weight right back. Sometimes I'd gain more. Sometimes, or a lot of times, I didn't know why I would gain weight, but I knew that there was some correlation between what I ate and my weight gain. I just couldn't quite pinpoint it. So biohacking is all about figuring out what those things are for you that really support you and then doing them. So I'm going to share some of that with you tomorrow. Today, we're going to bust some myths around weight loss so that we don't make the same mistakes over and over and over. So I'd like for you to post right here. Is there something that you've been doing that you know doesn't support you, but you do it anyway? And remember, this is around weight loss. So what is one thing that you do that you know packs the weight on for you, but you do it anyway? Just one thing. All right. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I felt like I was so clueless around my weight for so many years. So somebody said eat dairy. Okay, cool. I totally get that. Like dairy and wheat, just such a girl's best friend, right? Yeah, so there's some great, so eating sweets, drinking soda, late night snacking, sugar and chocolate snacking, that seems to be a big one. Yeah, for sure. Totally get that. Okay. So I asked you over the course of the last couple of days to post one challenge that you have around weight loss. And I want to share some of what has been posted so far, and share your challenges right here, if you would, so that we can see sort of what we need to support. And tomorrow I'll definitely be addressing your specific challenges, and then for sure on Thursday we'll continue to address more of them, and then do the laser coaching around it. So Jen Olson posted stress eating. So meal prepping is a challenge, trying to fight the perfect all or nothing mentality. So for example, she says, I messed up today. Why not go off the rails completely? Why even try? Oh my gosh, I can so relate to that. That was me. And that's definitely kind of giving ourselves permission to screw up and stay screwed up, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit of a cop-out, but we use it because we want to stay. For some reason, we want to stay stuck. So we're going to dig into that a little bit today. Why is it that we want to stay stuck? Nicole posted one of her challenges is not wanting to or having the time to cook. Christy. So Christy's a little bit unusual in that she is a crazy, amazing athlete. And so she has some big challenges to overcome around getting to her ideal weight, because she is constantly pushing the limits with her body. So she has to do some pretty extreme biohacking to keep her body, balanced at all. So she said, I feel like I always have the uncommon issues, but she says thinking not eating enough in certain points of training cycles. So getting enough carbs in, because she doesn't eat grain. So that's a big challenge for her. not eating enough carbs is a big challenge for her. Tammy said it's hard to stick to something long-term and make it a lifestyle. So true, right? How many times have we dieted? That's one of the myths that we're going to bust today. How many times have we gone on a diet only to go off the diet and gain the weight right back? Has that happened for you? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Happened to me dozens of times. Dozens. Shema'u posted, not having enough time to take care of myself. My time is dedicated to my babies and my work, right? So we're going to help her over the course of these next few days make more time for herself, figure out ways that she can biohack with the little time she has to give her body more of what it needs so it can come into balance. Callie posted emotional eating. So we're going to talk about that definitely today and tomorrow, because that'll keep us stuck, right? And then Allie posted, so much conflicting info. Amen, sister. Oh my gosh, there is so much conflicting info. Eat low carb, do keto, don't do low carb, exercise 45 to 60 minutes daily. Don't exercise or your body won't lose the weight from stress. I never know what's right and what's wrong in order to lose weight. Totally get it. So that's why we're going to bust some myths today. So today is all about busting those myths. We're going to get really clear on what we don't want so that tomorrow we can really dig into what we do want to learn and what we do want to do around releasing weight and being healthy. So today is busting myths. Tomorrow are the 6 simple steps to weight loss. And then Thursday again is the Q&A and laser coaching. So if you want to do laser coaching, if you want to be entered into the raffle for the 3 women who I choose or who we choose to be on live with me, you have to be able to get on Zoom so that we can see you and I can talk to you directly. If you want to do that laser coaching with me live on Thursday, just put laser coaching in the comment section right here. Whether you're listening live or listening to the replay, we'll find you. We'll find your comment. And just a reminder, I go through and read every single comment that is posted for all of these trainings. I want to hear from you. I want to know what your struggles are. I want to know where you need support. And I want to hear your celebrations. Like, what is an aha for you? What is that one simple thing you did to really rock your health that made a huge difference? I want to know. We are keeping stats. We want to share those pearls that can benefit every single woman in this community, right? Huge, huge. So I think it's really important for me to share right now a little bit of my philosophy around being healthy. So I'm very practical. I don't believe in doing anything that's too hard. And the reason is because it's absolutely not sustainable. So you want to start thinking now, as I'm talking about all these myths that we've been led to believe are the path to weight loss. I want you to start thinking about what are things you can do right now that are super simple and completely sustainable for now and for the rest of your life, because that is how you're going to be able to release that excess weight. So it's kind of, the excess weight that we carry around is a little bit like armor, right? It's a protective layer that we have there. So when you sort of start looking at it like that, you start thinking, okay, what am I protecting myself from? Sometimes we don't think about it like that. We don't think about that extra weight as a protective layer, but it truly is. And I can share with you my protective layer. So I grew up with a father who was a very avid tennis player. In fact, he was on the tennis team at USC. And a mother who grew up with horses. And so we had horses when I was growing up. I was an avid horsewoman, and I also grew up playing tennis. So I had these two things that I did because that's what my parents brought into our family. And so I grew up playing tennis and riding horses, and I competed in both. I am competitive, I guess. I like to do well at things, so I kind of pushed myself. And what I found was that if I actually did less, I could release more weight. And as I did more, so I started back playing competitive tennis back in 2007. And I had gotten my weight to a place that I really liked. I could basically pull anything out of my closet and I looked fabulous in it. But then I started playing competitive tennis again. And I put on 5 extra pounds. And I am still playing competitive tennis. And I still have that 5 extra pounds. And I had to be okay with that, I decided, right? So this is now 12 years later, and I still have that 5 extra pounds. So I've had to say to myself, that's where I am when I play competitive sports. Right? That's where my body likes to be. It needs that extra support to be competitive. And I'm competitive out there. I do pretty well. But for some reason, my body needs the 5 extra pounds. So that's something that you want to start becoming aware of. Like, what is it that you're doing in your life aside from the, emotional eating, right? Just your daily, everyday stuff that your body is kind of packing on extra weight as a protective layer. So what maybe are you protecting yourself from with that extra weight? I just want to throw that out there, and you can post right here if you know what it is. And if you don't, no worries. It's just something to start thinking about. So my body seems to need that 5 extra pounds to play competitive tennis. So if I stopped that, I have this sense that I would be able to release that because it's the extra stress for some reason that my body needs that extra weight. Just throwing that out there. Okay, so let's start busting some myths. So here's our little title for today. I made all these little things up because I ordered my nice charts and they haven't come yet. So we're going to do these little papers, and they're so much fun anyway. Okay, so we're busting weight loss myths today. And I already talked about how it is so important to become the CEO of your own health. You have got to be in charge. There is nobody out there outside of you who can help you to get healthy. And that's one more thing I didn't do a little thing for that, but you have to get healthy to lose weight. This is a super, super, super important concept. So you're becoming now the CEO of your own health. And the reason that matters is because there's no medical professional who can help you get healthy so that you can lose weight. It's all right here within you. You innately know what supports you and what doesn't support you. So my job today and tomorrow and Thursday is to really kind of light a fire under your sweet, sexy hiney and get you more motivated and excited to take those steps that are going to help you to get healthier so that your body can release weight. So right now, if you have, a lot of extra weight, even that 10 to 20 pounds, you may be the hibernating bear. I'm not sure if you can see that cute little bear. But our bodies act like they're hibernating. So our metabolism literally starts to shut down, which really affects our thyroid function and our adrenal function and all the hormones in our bodies, right? Because our body is trying to protect itself. It's trying to conserve resources. So if you're packing on the weight, your body is becoming a hibernating bear. And that's why many diets, many of the traditional diets that we know and love. I want you to comment right here on what all the names of the diets are that you've tried. What are all the diets that you've tried? So I've tried the no food diet, i.e. fasting, right? I just drank water all day long, and yes, I lost weight. Imagine that. I have tried the cabbage soup diet. I've done the low fat diet, low fat, high sugar diet, right? I was told that no fats were better. I've done the super low carb diet, completely exhausted myself. What other diets have I done? Oh, I've done so many. Oh, I did Nutrisystems, right? Where I ate their prepackaged foods. I can't even imagine what was in them. So much crap, right? What I call frankenfoods, food colorings and food additives and just so much junk. So I want to see what diets you have tried, and you can comment on, how they worked for you. Did they work well? Did you lose some weight? Did you gain it back? Like, how did it work for you? So diets in general, here's why I really want you to avoid them. And here's why I want you to be really practical when it comes to taking care of yourself. Because again, whatever you do, whatever biohacks you decide to put into place, like drinking more water, getting more sleep, all those really simple things, they have to be sustainable. So diets in general cause the hibernating bear syndrome. Okay, your body's already hibernating, but now you're starting to restrict your diet even more. And here's what can happen. They can shut down your metabolism. So they can slow thyroid function, force weight gain, force hair loss. They can cause cold hands and feet, cause low moods, so depression, anxiety, and they can really wreak havoc on your sleep. So those are things that you want to start noticing whenever you change your eating program. How is your sleep? Are you able to fall asleep and stay asleep? What are you noticing around your metabolism? Do you have good energy? Do you have cold hands or feet, or are you feeling, pretty temperature balanced? Is your hair growing in or is it falling out? What things are you noticing? So kind of one of the first myths that we're going to bust is that you want to be really careful around diets. So diets work, right? That's the myth. But unfortunately, they really have to be sustainable for life. And I can give you an example. I have a program that is very similar to something called the HCG diet, which is a hormone-based diet. Mine is called the Fabulous Body Program. I actually did it for a number of years for clients who really wanted to release weight quickly and, feel good. And so it was like the HCG diet, only I didn't use hormones. I actually have my own little elixir that helps maintain your energy while you're eating a super restrictive diet. So it's a very restrictive diet. It's no fat, basically, so that you can burn your own fat. And it was super successful. So my clients actually looked better than they ever had in their lives. They looked so trim and slim and super sexy, and they actually felt pretty good. The problem with it is that it's not sustainable. I mean, you're not going to go around eating a cup of celery and, a half a cup of chicken breast for breakfast every day, right? It's like there's hardly any food there. So unfortunately, over the years now, all of these women have gained the weight back. And that's exactly what happens when you go on a diet. And that goes for the keto diet, right? That goes for if you do fasting. What happened to me with the super low carb diet is I definitely got very thin. In fact, I was the thinnest that I had ever been. I loved putting on my clothes because I felt so sexy, but I had very low energy. And unfortunately, I was exhausted all the time. And I didn't even know it. I didn't know that was the reason I was so tired. My energy was completely in the tank. And it wasn't until I realized that my diet was way too low in carbs that I started to feel better. And of course, I put on some more weight. And that's okay. So one thing that I want you to do is I want you to go back and look at family photos, and I want you to go way back. I want you to go back to family photos of relatives. So you're looking at female relatives who, who, really grew up before World War II. So before like 1945, you want to look at pictures of women in your family so that you can see what to expect on both sides of your family, what to expect, like what size is right for you. What size does your heredity look like? So what happens after World War II is that we started getting into more processed foods. So that's when Betty Crocker was so popular, cream of mushroom soup, prepackaged cake mixes, Jell-O, all these things. Margarine became the fat of choice, which, what is that, right? It's a completely chemically derived fat that we sold the American public on. It was so much healthier than real butter. So you've got to go back before that time to see what the females in your family look like, so you have a sense of what your body could look like. Right? So we don't want unrealistic expectations around that. So when I started eating more carbs, I did gain weight. I, came back to a better, healthier, stronger weight for myself. And I just felt so much better, right? Oh my gosh, my energy came back. I just felt amazing. I was able to sleep better. I wasn't sort of this walking skeleton. So I also want to mention that one of the things that happens when we go on a very restrictive diet is that our body requires certain resources to function properly. Right? Otherwise, we are the hibernating bear, okay? If our body does not have those resources, our body literally eats itself from the inside out. Incredibly important concept. So your body is going to eat itself from the inside out if you don't give it what it needs. That means you've got to eat enough carbohydrates, whole real carbohydrates. You've got to eat enough proteins. You've got to eat enough healthy fats. You've got to get enough vitamins in, enough minerals in, enough water in. Otherwise, your body actually breaks down your own tissue to get what it needs, because all of those vitamins and minerals are essential cofactors for your body to function, for you even to be alive. Kind of cool. But it's weird to think that if you don't get those resources, your body's actually going to break down your very own bone. Your body's going to break down bone to get the minerals it needs to keep you happy, to, keep your digestion going, to run your liver function, right? Your body's going to break down muscle. It's going to pull things from your organs. It's going to pull things from your own bone. It's going to pull the vitamins and minerals and amino acids and lipids and whatever it needs to function properly from your own body. So that's why it's so important to start paying attention to how you're taking care of yourself and doing those little biohacking tricks, because you need all these things. And every single woman has learned to over-exercise and under-eat. That's how we roll. That's what we know. So I want to get a yes that you are not going to do that going forward. You're going to eat. You're going to exercise for you, right? All right, awesome. So let's bust some more myths. So counting calories or points, we've been taught that is how to release weight is by counting. And so what's really interesting about that is that your body is really a chemistry lab. It's not a bank account. So if your body were a bank account, the counting calories thing might work. And we hear that over and over and over. But interestingly enough, even I believe it's like the FDA now has come out and said that, or the CDC, I can't remember which, but has come out and said the whole calorie counting model is completely inaccurate. Hallelujah. Because your body's a chemistry lab. So I want to show you a picture here. And this is the one that I use, the example I use all the time, but I thought that this really cool photo would help to explain my point. So here's a Krispy Kreme chocolate glazed donut. And here is a piece of chicken breast. And what's so interesting is that a cup of chicken breast, so the cup of chicken breast here, has about the same calories as a Krispy Kreme donut. But they have a completely different hormonal response. So if you decide that you are going to indulge, and this is the problem with counting calories or points, because if you're like me, you're going to save those delicious calories for the donut, right? Because that's what I did. I would actually not eat breakfast because I thought it would make me fat. I thought it would make me hungrier for the rest of the day. So instead, I actually went to jazzercise first thing in the morning, didn't eat anything. I don't even think I drank water. I went to jazzercise. I went and worked out. I did my aerobics for an hour. And then I went to the local coffee bar and I had a mocha. It was in the days when mochas were brand new, and boy, did I love chocolate. I still love it to this day. I had my mocha with whipped cream on it because I earned it, right? With whipped cream on it, and then I had a bow tie pastry. So it was kind of like a croissant, but it was twisted and it had kind of this sugary glaze on it. Oh my goodness, it was so delicious. And I had earned it. I earned that mocha and that bow tie pastry because I went and I exercised, right? So here's the next myth that we're going to bust. I can eat crappy because I earned it. I exercised it off. Well, I have news for me, and I have news for you. You cannot exercise off a crappy diet, okay? I want to get an amen, sister, on this one. You cannot exercise off a crappy diet. In fact, if you talk to anybody who knows their stuff, so this might be a great test for hiring a fitness coach, right? You can, which works better, diet or exercise for releasing weight? If the fitness coach answers exercise, you do not hire them. You do not hire them. You can actually release all the weight that you want to release without exercising. It's completely possible. Diet is the most important thing that you can focus on to release weight. So that is the next myth that we're going to bust, is that you have to exercise, and you have to exercise a lot to release weight. So we have many women in our community who have actually disproven this myth around over-exercising to release weight. And it's certainly the case for me, right? Because it's a huge stressor on the body. So we're going to move on to the next myth. So I want to talk a little bit about, hold on a second. I think I skipped over some really important facts about the donut and the chicken breast. So I want to go back to the donut and the chicken breast for just a minute because there's so much more to share here. I'm going to share a little bit more about this tomorrow as well. But the donut has one hormonal response for your body, and the chicken breast has another hormonal response. So just feel feel right now, I'm sure we've all enjoyed a donut at one point in our lives or another. Just feel right now how it feels to eat a donut. What can you expect in your body? So like me, when I had that bow tie pastry and I had that mocha, right? I felt really good for about an hour, maybe an hour. And then I felt like crap later, right? My moods just dropped. I got really irritable. I got cranky. Life was not good. And I ate way too many calories for how many I had just burned off at jazzercise. Right. I think that our concept of how many calories that we're burning while we exercise is so inflated. And it certainly was for me. I thought, oh, I totally earned this. I can eat whatever I want now. And it's just not the way it works, because it really wreaked havoc on my hormones. So not only did I ingest way too many calories, but I really spiked blood sugar and I really spiked insulin. And that's going to spike cortisol, our stress hormone, and it's going to make me really insulin resistant. And it's going to cause more acne, which was a big deal for me. It's going to pack weight on around my middle, all those things I don't want. Now, if I eat the chicken breast, right? So imagine for a minute how you would feel eating that chicken breast. I want you to post, comment. Like, what would you feel like? Now, if you're a vegan, right, you might not have that sense, but you could think about, a really like nurturing meal for yourself. Maybe it's some nuts and seeds and some beans, right? How do you feel when you eat that chicken breast? You don't really, feel anything. Like there's no huge spike. Like there's no immediate spike in energy. You're going to feel stable. You're going to feel grounded. There's going to be really very little spike in insulin. There's going to be very little spike in blood sugar. You're going to have balanced, sustainable energy. After an hour, you're still going to have some balanced, sustainable energy. And again, it's the same amount of calories, right? So that's why we cannot count calories. We cannot count points, because we will save them for the wrong things. And it's actually when my clients eat more, they feel so much better and they release the weight so much faster. So when they eat more calories and they come from healthy places, you actually feel so much better. And that's because fats, which we have a tendency to leave out of our diets, because if you're counting points or calories, you are certainly not going to put fats in your diet because they're very high calorie. But when you eat more calories that come from the right sources, you actually feel better and you release weight. Pretty crazy, right? It's awesome. It's so awesome because that's so sustainable. We can totally sustain eating a healthy diet and releasing weight for the rest of our lives. And then what happens to emotional eating when we do that? What happens to cravings when we do that? They completely go away because we're eating more. So eating healthy fats completely takes sugar cravings away. When you eat healthy fats, your sugar cravings go completely away. Crazy amazing, right? So my clients tell me that they actually do a lot of nothing to release weight. And what they mean by that is they exercise smarter. They eat more often, healthier foods, and they feel like it's completely sustainable. And they release a lot of weight in a very short period of time. And you can too. Okay, let's bust a few more myths and then we're going to wrap up for today. So let's see. So we talked about exercising for 1 to 2 hours will help me lose weight. So that's a myth that we're going to bust right here and now. We do have to move our bodies. It really helps to improve insulin sensitivity. But we don't have to over-exercise, and cardio can be one of those things that can really keep our weight stuck. So you're going to start exercising, moving your body for hormone balance instead of to burn calories, okay? So we talked already about the other myth that I explained, which is if I go exercise, I can eat junky food, right? Absolutely not. You cannot. The other myth is that I screwed up at breakfast, right? I didn't eat well now, so I'm going to throw out the rest of the day. I'm just going to eat whatever I want for the rest of the day. Just going to throw out the whole day. Okay, I want to bust that myth because you can actually reset your hormones at your next meal. You can reset your hormones at your next meal. You do not have to throw out the whole day. If you want to use it as an excuse, that's up to you. But if you want to get on track and become the CEO of your own health, you're going to have to take charge and stop waiting for somebody else to do it. So I want to share for just a minute. When I shared this with you, this was actually about what the keto diet does to a lot of women, right? It can slow down your metabolism in a really big way. The keto diet for me just is, so there are a couple of kinds of keto diet. The keto diet where you eat high levels of fat. Then there's a keto diet where you just eat very low carb. Okay, they're both a low carb place, but one keto diet, you eat a lot of fat. The other, you actually don't eat much fat at all, but you eat proteins and non-starchy vegetables with some fat. And it really depends on your DNA as to whether you can tolerate some of this. A lot of women who have hormone imbalance issues, so PCOS or post-menopause issues, we just don't metabolize fats well. So if that's you, you can't do a keto diet very successfully. In fact, it could completely shut down your metabolism or really slow it down in a big way. So you have to be careful. And that's why I really want you to focus on a more sustainable eating plan. And keto was meant for very short periods of time. So if keto works for you, fantastic. But do it for a week or 2 weeks at most, and then go back to healthy eating. And then you can do it again for a few days and then go back to healthy eating. I'm going to talk about some tricks tomorrow with some 6 simple steps that we can do for weight loss. All right. And then one other myth that I really want to bust is that if you have a weight issue and you're participating in this training, I don't want to hear you say that your fasting insulin is fine. I have heard that so many times. My insulin is fine. Why am I gaining weight? So one thing that you can do to tell how your insulin is, if you haven't tested it, Mika, can you post the link right now for the weight assessment? So I have an actual assessment that you can take from a prior training that I did. It's a weight loss assessment. You can just sort of go through that and get your score, post your score right here, and that'll sort of give you a sense of how insulin sensitive or how insulin resistant you are. And the only way to really tell is to have your fasting insulin blood work done. And you want to see that blood work below 5.4 for sure. Below 5.1 is actually more optimal. If you're above 5.4, you've really got to work on getting that fasting insulin down. And yes, I agree that sometimes your glucose, your fasting blood sugar can look fine. Even your hemoglobin A1C, which is a marker of where your blood sugar has been over the last 3 months, that can look fine as well. But you can still have blood sugar issues, even if those look fine, and your fasting insulin can still be high if those numbers look fine. So what happens is our doctors just don't run fasting insulin anymore. So there's no way for us to know. When you're in my programs, we run fasting insulin. We run all those markers that really help us to figure out what your underlying issues are and solve them. All right, so we busted some myths today. If we haven't busted a myth that you want to know more about, just post it here and I'll be sure to address it tomorrow. I want to give you some next steps. So we talked about a lot of myths today, right? Just kind of want to recap. Just, counting calories, counting points, how we've got to go on a diet to release weight, how we've got to over exercise, if we've got to really push hard if we want to release weight and we want to keep the weight off. These are some really pervasive myths. And the other myths that are out there is that we have to look a certain way. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Right? Go back and look at the women in your family and, figure out what it is that you need to look like. And then that huge myth about the body shame versus the body respect. You've got to do your work on the shame that you feel around your body. It's critical if you want to be able to release weight and keep it off. You've got to at least start with respecting your body. You've got to love your body. Let's just grab our shoulders right now. Let's just give ourselves a big hug. A big hug. If we don't take care of our bodies, where will we live? We used to think that our bodies were separate from our mind and from our spirit. We are all one. Our thoughts, what we think, actually become things. So if we have a lot of shame around our bodies are going to show up in a shameful way. If we have a lot of respect and love for our bodies are going to show up in a really lovely, beautiful way. It's taken me a long time to get respect and love for my body. A long time. So start working on it right now. What is it that you need to do to get in a place of love and respect for your body? You can even just write on your mirror in your bathroom, I am beautiful. Right? You can just start right there. You can start with giving your body or giving yourself a kiss in the mirror every day. And just saying, you are beautiful. I love you, right? Just start getting really familiar with your body and yourself and touching yourself and rubbing your breasts, right? Breasts hold relationship, but they also just need nurturing. Like our bodies just need so much love. And as you start to love yourself more, your body shows up in a really vibrant, cool, amazing way. Oh, that feels so good. You probably didn't think we were going to talk about that on a weight loss call, right? But we gotta start peeling away those layers so that the beautiful inner goddess in you can come out and shine. Oh my gosh. Boy, just even like 3 years ago, I would never have been able to do a call like this. Right? I've had to step into my vulnerability. I've had to share my ugly messes in order to show up here for you. So share your ugly mess with us and let's help you peel back those layers of protection so that your beautiful inner gorgeousness can come out. Okay, so I'm going to share with you some really powerful next steps. So be sure to take the weight gain assessment and post your score. It's where you're starting out. So you have 2 special opportunities to take advantage of today. We're not going to wait until Thursday. The Insulite 5-element system is incredible. Whether you have PCOS or hormone imbalance, it's a fantastic place to start. It's on sale. It's 20% off for a Mother's Day sale. It's through Sunday this week. Mika's going to post a link for you right now. It'll help to replace all of those missing resources that your body needs to come out of hibernation. It has amazing digestive support. It has adrenal support. It has thyroid support. It has healthy metabolism support. It helps you to get more insulin sensitive so that you can burn that sugar and fat for fuel again. I teach you how to eat in the program. I teach you how to move. I teach you how to heal your digestion. It's a fabulous community of women. It's a really fantastic place to start if you don't know where to begin. The Insulite 5-element system has transformed the lives of so many women, literally thousands of women since 2005. Crazy amazing. And no matter what age you are, we think that it's just for women who have PCOS or just for women who are in their 20s and 30s. I'm here to tell you it works fantastic for women who are in perimenopause, postmenopause, with any symptoms of hormone imbalance. It's so incredible. The second opportunity you have is to actually schedule a hormone breakthrough session with me. It's a one-on-one conversation. It's completely free. I only have a few openings available, though. My schedule is super impacted, but I want to talk to you if you want to get to the root causes of what is driving your weight gain. So that means that I do testing. I can share with you about my one-on-one program. But what we do is I help you get really clear on your health challenges, get really clear on what your health goals are, and then I can show you the path that you need to take to reach your health goals from where you are right now. And if you want to learn more about my one-on-one program, I can definitely share that with you. Women who have done my one-on-one program or who are currently in it have released. One gal has, she actually was part of the training last time. She's actually released over 40 pounds. I'm sure she's on this call today. She has seen some amazing results. Another woman has released 25 pounds, and they truly will tell you that they are eating more than they ever have and just taking better care of themselves. And they will also tell you that it's a completely sustainable way of living. So you no longer have to do the diet thing and then the, gaining weight thing ever again. So if you want that one-on-one support, schedule a hormone breakthrough session with me. Mika has put the link right here. Do it right now if it's something that you want support around, because there are only a few slots available to connect with me. All right, and then I will meet you right here tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, where we are going to dive deep into those 6 simple steps for weight release. We're going to release that weight. All right, it's been amazing sharing this special time with you, and I will see you right here tomorrow, and I look forward to reading all of your comments and commenting. All right, sending you so much love, beautiful woman. So honored to be here with you. Bye for now.